Okay, testing. Yeah, still good. Alright. It is downloaded. It is no longer being silly. However, it must perform first time installed. Fuck you, game. Well. I should probably go turn off that light. Okay. Let's try this again. This time with less fucking up. Maybe I should take off my jacket. Gets cold, I'll put something back on. It has not popped up on the thingy, so I will fix that. Alright, add game. Game capture. That is not what I wanted done. Alright. Okay. Everyone make noise when you guys are book. As for freedom, there's no game over in campaign. Right, so this is kinda gonna be like banner chance. Huh. Increase brightness just a bit. Hey Rift. Hey Burb. Now it is, I'm supposed to say Akai, right? It is Akai. Subtitles on. Vibration off. Aim assist. Free text. Right, okay. Yeah, let's not fuck with those. Okay. Yeah, I only understand English currently. A little bit of German. But... Alright. What art style is this fire in? Like, I'll give them credit. They didn't bother with trying to make the fire look ultra realistic, but they made it kind of look interesting. One of the biggest complaints I always hear about fire is, it never looks realistic. Or it's too cartoony, or it's too... It looks too much like a photo, and it's like... Yeah, because we really don't have a way of, you know, realistically making fire. And then there's games like this that just say, fuck it, we're gonna make it just lines. We're gonna make it lines and borders. I don't know that I like it. Or dislike it, for that matter. Kinda reminds me of the fluid physics in Particle Fleet. True Nightwing. For players who have finished the campaign, your adversaries shall be favored by the stars themselves. Oh god. Name? Name? No. Oh god! Oh god! It's loud! Please, I don't want to have to narrate. I already narrate like half of the fucking games I play. But they had subtitles, so I'm going to assume that there's voice acting. Do I need to press a button? Okay, there we go. Yeah, I have to press a button. Ooh. God damn it, I'm gonna have to narrate. Really? Your days in the downside. Oh. Oh, nice. Downside, a vast purgatory in which the Commonwealth casts its convicts and its enemies. None have been known to return from this forsaken land. Your days in the downside burrow slow. No, hang on. Brain, function, please. Your days in the downside brought slow, loathsome agony. Now, as you lie yielding to the elements, something rumbles into view. 3 shapes emerge, each clad in strange attire. Italios? What? Masked woman. Another piece of filth expelled from the Commonwealth. Masked something. Yep, this is the Supergiant Games, or I forget what company did this. I think it's like like it matters. They just make amazing games. I'm gonna have to play through Bastion and Transistor. Definitely Transistor. See, right on schedule. What'd I tell ya? Okay, so you told us we would find someone alive. Someday? I said we'd find someone alive someday. Just not today, I guess. But don't be glum. You know I see you frowning underneath that mask. Looks like he's still breathing. And good music design as always. Yes, it is the same people who did Bastion. That's why I brought it up. They also did Transistor. I'm gonna have to play through those games because I just want to show those off. Especially Transistor. Transistor has a very nice mechanic system that I want to show off at some point. It seems he still is. But stand aside. I shall send him to a better place. He's a he? Can you people just tell? Hang on. The markings on his rag. I think he's one of them. But look at him. He's beyond our help. We're beyond his. Meh. Broken, shaking, starving, probably diseased. Yeah, good luck with that there chum. See you in the back of the wagon. Indeed. Day grows dim. You have at best an hour. Understood. I won't be long. After the others leave, the man turns towards you and begins unfastening his mask. It's just a dude. Why the absurd mask? Then again, I'm one to ask. I should go check on my mask. Make sure it's properly polished. Damn thing will crack if I don't. Hello, my friend. Don't care who you are, what you did. None of that matters anymore. All of us. We're equal nothings here. You are parched, and he gives you a drink. You wake, and he binds your wounds. You hunger, and he gives you food. Little by little, it helps. There. Turns out you're tougher than you look. Name's Hedwin. He was one of the 3 masked wanderers who found you clinging to life in the downside. Now, come. He senses no ill intent as he helps you up and leads you into the back of the leads you to an old black wagon, nothing like the stately vessels that paraded Commonwealth criminals through Alabaster streets. A proud country risen from the ashes of a fallen empire, home to a multitude of ethnic groups, founded on principles of mercy and kinship, whose exact meanings evolved through many centuries. I think this is the first game where they actually give you choice. Like, Bastion gave you two sets of choices, but in the end they were kind of meaningless. Kind of. Transistor gave you next to no meaningful choices, if any. The Weatherbean wagon is as much of a mess inside as out. You see the masked woman and the talkative creature talking of taking stock of ancient-looking books. I'm back. And with a guest. She loosens the clasp on her mask. Well, that explains the horns. You may call me Joe Durrell. Okay. If you're going to give your characters names like this, you need to put pronunciations next to it. You need to put how do you pronounce these names phonetically. Stream delay, bro. I mentioned it on my end before. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, sweet mass. Borderlands? What's wrong with you, Rift? This is not Borderlands. This is a lot better than Borderlands. She is the most imposing of the 3 masked wanderers you found clinging to life. Joe Darrell? Joe Darrell? Well, hang on. That says Ariel. Right? Oh, I hate being half-blind. It fucks up with perception just enough that isn't the E is before the L, okay. I'm just gonna keep pronouncing it Joe Darrell. Jod Ariel? Joe out. And as for myself, the small one struggles with his mass. Joe Ariel soon assists him. Ow! Unmasked creature. It's a duke. That is to say, you may regard me by the name Rocky Greentail. He is the smallest yet loudest of the 3 masked wanderers who found you clinging to life. Totally reminds me of Joe Dar E-L. Joe Dariel. Such pleasantries out of the way, the horned woman motions to the others. She glances at you. She glances at you sidelong as she speaks. Can he do it? Hope so. Haven't asked him yet. Rookie. What? Then what are we waiting for? Hey, you chum. Nice to meet you. And nice you. But tell me something. Do you know how to read or what? One who derives meaning from text. Literacy has been prohibited for centuries. Those with knowledge of the old ways violate the law of the land. Literacy is prohibited? Over time, you managed to learn something of the old ways, in spite of the Commonwealth decree. Literacy is a serious crime. No one in his right mind would dare violate the law of the land. Who are you, or who you are, or what you did to earn your sentence is no one's business but your own. I am an archivist. Rookie. I am an archivist. I would learn no matter what. You confirm their suspicions. There's no use trying to hide it now. Well then, glory days, because it just so happens my associates and I, we got ourselves some nice material here for someone just like you. Reader, you still live thanks to us. We ask for something modest in exchange. Open one of these books back there and tell us what it says. Sorry to put you on the spot like this, my friend. The exiles indicate the book in their possession. Knowledge. Strange book that vibrates as you look at it. One of several such heavy, ominous volumes. The exiles you meet seem very interested in them. Side door. Beyond lies the boundless downside. Even if you could run, you would not get far. Old. I want to say remnants, but there's an I in there. Rymans? Volt, did I? Oh, there is a lone minstrel. Colorful robes and ceremonial masks adorn one of the wagon walls. Odd creatures. Hungry-looking creatures roost near some sort of attic. There's nothing you can do for them now. Closed door. The black wagon's common room must be back there, though you do not feel very welcome now. Ooh. Oh my god. This is why I love them. Their design is so fucking amazing. Even the cobwebs move. Oh my god. Lone minstrel. A figure sits very still in a corner of the wagon. Now is not the time to check on him. Rickety ladder likely leads to wagon's centrifuge, judging by the gibbering creatures up there. Intricate sigil. A symbol of some sort is set in the wagon's floorboards. Cannot sense its purpose, but it does look very pretty. Vibrate at me, book. Raiments clothing. Excuse me. Uh-oh. Literacy is illegal equals dystopia. Not necessarily. I mean, for me it would be a dystopia, but you have to remember in many golden ages, especially where religion had taken the fore in leadership, literacy was genuinely banned. Think of the church under the, which one was it? The one that spoke Latin. Which Christian church? It would have had to have been the Catholics, right? Or, regardless, one of the church prohibited people from learning how to read Latin. Prohibited them from learning to read Latin so that they couldn't read the Bible, so that they couldn't interpret it themselves, and thus would need the church to be able to fill their lives with holy religion. You can have a utopian society with such negative connotations as well. There was one book, actually I think they made a movie about it recently. I can't remember the name of it though. I'll have to look it up. The movie adaptation was done very terribly, but they made it illegal to read whether burning all the books. Or maybe they still did, but they found books again, like in the movie Book of It. Perhaps. You pick up one of the old heavy volumes bound in materials you do not recognize. Holy crap. My god, they did very good on the design. This isn't 3D, this is 2D, and they animated it beautifully. Forward. A formal welcome undersigned by the 8 scribes. You, dear reader, are an exile of the downside, such as we, the 8, who wrote the Book of Rights. That you possess it and have the capacity to glean its words is a testament enough to your potential. Thus we reveal a path from this forsaken place to freedom, a homecoming in glory. The stars themselves shall be your guide. Ere the turning of the year's first solstice, seek the nearest longitude beneath the brightest of the 8, as they align as shown. Arrive at the term of 8, clad in the raiments of. Arrive at the term of 8, clad in the raiments of the rites, bearing this book. Oblige the voice that tells you more. Oh my god, the letters! Oh my god, they animated even the letters. That's... Oh, this is why I love them so much. They do such good work. Ensure that quality doesn't necessarily have to come out, we need to make everything HD. The stars turning of the year's first solstice, seek the nearest longitude beneath the brightest of the 8 as they align as shown. Which one's the brightest? I really hope that I don't need to press T. Ah, very nice. Oh. The book describes a complicated method through which exiles can return to the Commonwealth. The words swim through your mind as headwind gets your attention. Well, friend, what does it say? But then your vision starts to fade and blur. You feel your body weakening and give out. Thump! I never watched the Book of Eli.
Reader!
Reader!
Dare you tamper with forbidden knowledge? So soon after your sentence into exile. 'Tis true what the book says. You can be free again. Perhaps not you yourself, but someone worthy of the privilege. You witness now the path toward salvation. You witness the rights.
Oh God, I
The
think we're...
one way to return to glory. Though in your case, I hardly think it possible.
Time to fight.
Yet, by the grace of the scribes, it is my duty to inform you anyhow.
It worked, Hedwyn.
Gloricata.
So it is true.
Oh man.
Yeah, but what now? And where did the reader go? Oh, he's four-legged.
Peretus.
He should be out there still. For now, we must put our faith in him.
Barosta.
He could abandon us.
Ratanas.
He won't. We look upon the three of them beyond as Hedvin then calls out, Reader, we aim to free ourselves. We will not grow old and die in the downside. And now I swear to you, when we get out of here, you are going to come with us. But first, we need your help. Show us the way. Freedom. As you focus all of your mental faculties to do as Hedvin asks. As they hold books.
A celestial orb falls from the heavens when the time is nigh. Exiles conduct the rites as a triumvirate. For they must prove their trust in one another, not just in themselves. The three must act as one.
So I see. I must hold it.
Now plunge into the pyre with the orb and be purified. Yes, the exile Rookie has the way of it. Whoever steps into the flame is banished for a time. His or her cohorts must make do on their own. Oh, but it is not so simple. In the rites you shall face adversaries whose own freedom is at stake. Beware the aura that surrounds them, as they shall beware yours. The aura is your wrongdoing. Accept it as a part of you. Cast your aura like a stone.
Bosk.
Correctly done. Again. Just so. A glorious performance, I admit. More than I expected from the likes of you. Grasp the orb once more. The orb absorbs the aura. Then the orb quenches the flame. Now I say jump. Leap with all your strength. Thus sails the orb into the waiting flame. Now snuff out the adversary's pyre whilst yours yet burns. The orb! is what the scribes ordain.
Ah, bollocks.
Stand not in glory's path. Engulfed within the order. No sign of the Beyonders, I'm afraid. Verily.
Bodily.
I thought they had you there.
Boop.
Onward thus to greater glory. Now take it. A banishment. One triumvirate stands unopposed. The rite is complete.
Curious.
There, dear reader. Now you understand. Or do you? This was but a glimpse of that which lies ahead. I would tell you to turn back, cast down your hope. But all those such as you never listen.
Only one. An interesting idea. The others are still picking themselves up as you awaken. Oh, that was something.
Mainoras.
That was our way out.
Sundashe Miloshe.
So now we follow the stars, or what? Supposedly. Reader, come. Let us regard the night. Joe Darrell leads you outside, where the clear night sky awaits. Now, show us, before the howlers catch our scent. Where shall the rites commence? An ancient ritual competition through which the worthiest exiles regained their freedom. The 8 scribes gave their freedom, so that we may yet have ours. Prayer from the Book of... My God, what? What is this? Besides gorgeous. Star of the first entrance, those born under it seek knowledge and new experiences. Star of the Moonstag Hunter, those born under it are ambitious, but also discontented. Star of Old Cutter, born under it, one of the wisest, are wiser than most. South Star burns bright over the massive ridge of stone much further than naked eye can see. Well, it looks like I can only go here. 200 leagues due east of the Ridge of Gold. According to the stars, the next rite should soon commence here. The fossil remains of a certain titan slain by Goliathan? it loom over those in its shadow.
Consilia.
Poor dog with a mustache. Right. Then are we supposed to be there when exactly? Very soon, according to the stars. We should be able to arrive in time if you make haste.
Indaratarios.
Then we had best get started. Well, this ought to be good for a few laughs at least. What do you say, Jody? I'm going to start calling her Jody now. She's gonna hate that. Jodariel turns to you, studying you. Reader, do not deceive us. Pray we make good use of our remaining time.
Bravo sta, frati.
What she means is, glad to have you aboard, chum.
Kereamios.
We are counting on you, my friend. See you inside. Freedom. The rights are the key. It's a lot to take in. Achievement unlocked. The Reader. Wait, excuse me, what did that wagon just do? Did that wagon just jump over the ridge? Downside Prairie. You arrive in Downside Prairie. One moment. Alright, excuse me. One of Downside's only verdant regions. It only gets less hospitable as you press further north. You arrive in Downside Prairie, where the road ahead is forked. There is a lack of consensus on which way to proceed. I'm telling you, we ought to take the northern pass. Got an associate hold up in Hollowroot. I've got to pay a visit. I got to pay a visit to you besides. Oh god, angry puppy. The northern route goes to a small exile encampment. Every so often, tempests come and scour the huts and hovels, but they always crop back up. Fie on your associate. Best we head to Blooming Pool and avoid attention. The southern route to the ridge of gold goes through a humid area packed with hot springs. A runoff from the sandfolds means no bathing. Runoff from... So they're just there to mock you. And get stuck in a bog while we're at it. The dispute continues as Hedwig listens for a while.
Loriomatas?
What if the Reader settles this? He marks the way. We get us there. If these rites are meant to test our faith, then we best learn to trust the Reader's instinct on our path. No second guessing him along the way. We can all live with that for now. Can we all live with that for now? Yeah, sure. If necessary.
Vistalium.
Then it is settled. Just point the way, my friend. Sarge will guide us through you. Herbs or people? Herbs or people? I normally say let's go for the herbs, but I don't know much about this world yet. I need to gain a little bit more. I like hot springs, but I also... Obey the doggo. As you press through the squalid little area, you hear boisterous voices coming from what looks to be a public house. Ruki. He's an opportunistic and well-connected cur, still clinging to his once comfortable lifestyle. Ruki stumbles forth from it, holding something in his paws. Oh, hey chum. Just wrapping up a real important exchange back there. Hang on to this for me, will you? We'll have to drop it off. We'll have to drop it off if we head further north. If. Trade item to be sold at Slug Market. The black wagon grinds to a stop at the base of ridge of gold. The other asks you to assist with making preparations for nightfall and commencement of the rite. Ooh, your roving makeshift home in the downside. So we got a little bit of tech and a bit of... Figure is very still in the corner. He is unresponsive, but seems to be alive. You observe the man slumped in the corner of the wagon, bearing some sort of stringed instrument. You sense he lives, but nothing more. It seems inopportune to ask about him now. Watching the sky.
Bella, frati.
Hey, chum! Appreciate you taking us up through Hollowroot back there. About that, are you certain that parcel will fetch us an adequate price at the Slug Mark? Crude trading pros found in the downside. Commonwealth contraband sometimes finds way down downside where it is traded and sold. Surely we could have procured some sort of rare fungus had we gone the other way. Much as I love the idea of procuring rare fungus there, Jody. She is She is a grim, long-time resident of the downside, grown accustomed to surviving out there. We said we wouldn't go around second-guessing our good chum's decision, right? Jody says nothing in response, but soon changes the subject. I follow soon. Come along, Greentail. Nothing more to say. We have much left to prepare. The two of them seem to go about rummaging through the raiments and the books strewn about the wagon, leaving you to your own devices. Throw rug? Where is this throw rug? Oh, it's this thing. Fashioned from a howler's hide, sending their clear message. Jody says not to step on it. The way up to the wagon's drive imp centrifuge. Huh. Only imps could fit up there. Creatures such as this must have been bred to push the black wagons along. Greentail's family portrait. A reasonable likeness of young Ruki with his mother and uncle. What passes for cooking supplies on the downside. Everyone does most of the cooking. You observe the mats and rows whose old engravings and embroidery suggest a formal purpose. Some of these garments are massive, while others are so small they might fit a child. Living quarters. In the common room, you may review various notes and observations about your fellow exiles and their respective paths towards enlightenment in the rites. Ooh, I do love me some chuds. Holy butts. Okay, breathe, and start. Free spirit, he wanders downside in search of a way to regain his freedom and return to his home. Bright powers cast. In a straight line. Personal race nomad. Men and women cast from the Commonwealth, stripped of name, home, and title. They come from all directions towards the Commonwealth, where at last they settled. Some of them. Past outrider. Past occupant. They ensured the high wing remnants never flew far from their mountain nests. Those who served on the bloodborne were taught. Oh. Master sign? You do not yet know his often foretells one's disposition. Crime? As mercy guides our hands, we spare your lives. We rid ourselves of you. In the sentencing ceremony. In downside, one's past tends to not be a subject for discussion. Some withstand the downside for no longer than a day or two, while others last for many, many years. Observations. He's the one who nursed you back from the brink after finding you in downside. His genial manner suggests that life in exile has not yet broken his spirit. He wears a bronze class, identical to that of Jodariel. Jodari. Throat, for fuck's sake! I might need to get a drink of water. Jodariel. Suggesting the two of them may have met before their exile. He has not yet revealed what he did to earn his sentence. Glory. Attributes, damage dealt to the Pyre. Attribute, noticeable. There we go. Wait. Nomad Demon. She is grim, long time. Oh yeah, we've already. Slow, thick. Jump. Leaps and slams down, forcing back those in the vicinity. Lunges forward with one swift motion. What? Former men and women who survived in exile long enough had to be transformed by it. We are all welcome here, save demons such as you. From the sentencing of Chief Physician. Does that mean she wasn't always like this? Everyone who saw Bloodwater. Everyone served on Commonwealth Bloodwater. Those who excelled remained. Classes where the high-wing remnants were frequent, though the greatest wars have passed. She seems to be responsible for the Black Wagon security. Her features suggest she has lived in exile for much longer than the others. Her grim outlook, and the fact that she still wears the bronze clasp of the Commonwealth's Bloodwater suggests a military background. Though what she did to earn her sentence, you do not yet know. The Fast Talker. So he's a sniper. Curve. Swift dog-like creatures known for their loyalty, optimism, and appreciation for the simple things. The Alpha Chiefs would later say their kind went soft no sooner than they joined the Commonwealth. Trafficker. Oh god. Well, we know what his crime was. Dealing with contraband for long enough can lead to making many strange acquaintances. Remains now of the fallen empire's old and tarnished currency is still of value to some. He seems to be the most well-connected of the masked wanderers who found you, and knows something of the land. He has a rather opportunistic disposition, and his ostentatious clothing suggests a lucrative background in the mercantile business. Even still, you do not yet know what he sends. Or like furry How is that furry stereotyping? Who is this? The first exile. In the words of Gol Goliathan, the Master General. You know perhaps the thrice cursed name of Solemur, the Emperor of Sahur, the first exile, and my liege. This chapter concerns him and those who found him in the downside. Each of us was sent to take his life. Such was the hatred for him and for him in and around his country. Yet we found in Solomon a man transformed in body, mind, and spirit. A man deserving much more than mercy. In time, he named us all his scribes, and he became the eighth. It is my greatest honor now to share with you his deeds. To know his story is to know the rights. Is there anything else I can do here? No? Oh. Oh my god, they make noises. Oh my god, they make noises. I'm sorry, you're durable. It's just simple pleasures. It's the simple little things that are fucking ridiculous and because doggos are fluid and he was just helping people out. Just being a silly bird, basically. You've reached the celestial landmark. Now get everything and everyone prepared. As darkness falls, your fellow exiles stand together, clad in the raiments of the rites. The preparations are set, however, everything is still and calm. Soon they grow restless. Keep telling you there's nothing here. Just what a bunch of idiots we are. If we traveled all this way for nothing. I don't think we did. Look up. Excuse me? To war, I suppose.
Frida, the stars align at last. You reach the Ridge of Gaul at the appointed time, and your triumvirate is ready. Your adversaries in the rites this eve shall be the Accusers. Whose ever pyre yet burns once the other is extinguished shall step closer to freedom. Now let the rites commence.
Hope. I need hope. The stars are aligned, and your pyre burns bright. Across from you, your companions appear. Across from your companions appear several others clad in raiments. Your adversaries in the right. Everyone ready? Let's hope so. I'd like to point out that you don't actually see her horns in those things. Strange. Be still, we have a visitor. One of whom she refers, whom she refers to steps forward. At last, the Nightwings grace us with their presence. Nightwings, the name of a blue. Oh. I see the reports of your demise have been exaggerated after all. Even I was beginning to think you were gone for good. Nobody moves save the man robed in gold, or fastens his mask. Surprised to see old London again. I trust you remember my face, though you must have assumed never to see it again after last time. He is the apparent leader of the exiled triumvirate. Nothing. Never have I come so close to freedom, only for you to dash my hopes. Now I and the accusers. The leader harbors ill will. For that affront, he shoves his mask back on and takes position with his comrades. It is time. From the shadows you clutch the Book of Rites and focus on the task at hand. To war.
Begin! Quite the turn of events. There. Have the accusers underestimated you?
Yes.
Lendl banished.
Bollocks. Yom. Derosh.
Yes.
No, I shall not accept defeat from you again. Hear me, accuser, stand your ground. Let your ores boil in rage.
It seems that you have flustered the accusers.
We have rattled them. They mean to draw us out. Now that we have to run more circles around them.
Have you any idea what that Lendl did to deserve his exile, hmm? There.
No, God. That was a mistake. Bollocks!
An opportunity. A daring display. Flinging the orb into the flames like that. You elude banishment using such tricks.
Bollocks!
The
Piss.
orb has left your clutches.
I will not tolerate that. Where's the orb?
Banishment.
Bollocks!
A blow against the adversary's power.
So it's actually more worth it to fling it with that guy.
The orb. Poof goes Lendl. Ta-ta, Lendl.
Piss!
Now go.
Piss! Bollocks! Focus.
Be gone.
Oh, that was a dumb
All
move.
of the Nightwings banished.
Quickly, little one.
A bit of a blunder.
Just calm down.
Well cast.
Volsk.
The orb engulfed in fire. The rite is nearly ended. Well, now that was exciting.
It's also completely stupid.
If I were that one, I'd be rather angry.
Better dodge out of every single...
Glory.
One more hit.
Now then. Seize the orb. And it is done.
Volsk.
You have prevailed. Rejoice then in your single fleeting victory.
It was 15 on small run and 15 on small...
Good
or
old
13 on...
Salashe.
Right, okay. It was at the bottom. Yes, it was, because I was at the top of the screen and couldn't fucking see it. I'm an idiot, okay? No, it's more worth... still. Your deceit may have earned you a hollow victory. But know this. The accusers will not forget your wickedness. And when we next meet, you will rue the day.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes.
Yes? What?
The exiled Jodariel has gained enlightenment. Only the enlightened can regain their freedom.
Hang on. Hang on, How the fuck did this thing turn itself back on? Fucking hate a Cominet session. We withstood worse nights than this. Though few is strange. Ooh, hoo, 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 hoo. Sin of the fallen emperor. Right masters enhanced Adin's strength and physical prowess. As he fell into the downside, so Solomon understood at last the consequences of his Hinduistic reign. And spirit and cheerful, fallen Emperor Mer moved past his many failings as a man and achieved selflessness in exile. So it's a double jump, or a double dash. Mer's more ambitious predecessors subsumed one culture after another in the name of their empire. After banishing an adversary, instantly regains his stamina. Crushing heal, landing from... A wayward glance or passing wind can cause enough condemnation by Emperor Mer. Whereas for 7 seconds after saluting your adversary, saluting. Emperor lived for many years in blissful ignorance of this sort of festival. Celestials can banish. Oh my god! Here, you want this? I would banish the stars themselves if they shone any brighter. Relinquish comfort, lineage, and title, yet still cling to life. Oh wow. We all have such predilections held in check only by law or conscience. There's Starlight, right? Ooh. And Downsize sought to expel the darkness in his being, but found that he could not. Ooh. So this is more of an offensive one, while this is much more of an offensive one.
The demon scribe bestows his favor.
Yes, thank you. I know what a continue button is. After the rites, the accusers disappeared into the darkness. As you return to the wagon, and in the still night sky, you see a single star burns brighter than the rest, beckoning you onward. I'm gonna restart the stream.
Smado nasce.
Alright, restarting the stream. Give me one moment.